It's a really old Schwinn, so it's going to be like a classic antique Schwinn. I'd say probably from the 50s, 60s. I looked up comps for this online. I couldn't really see. I mean, it is a graphite, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive of a bow. That can go to either a fuel collector or an antiques collector, and that's definitely a cool pick. It's got more the size of this thing.
Be strong.
Got ourselves another one. This one here, 360. Couple little items that I, wanted to look at. This is kind of like a Cowboy's unit, but there is one item in the middle. Oh yeah, it's gonna be on. You know what? Let's do the customary. Let's get in this baby. So there's a lot of antiques in here, a lot of collectibles, a lot of country western type stuff. The main thing that I was looking at when I was looking at this unit right here were these babies right here. You got 2 saddles and you got a saddle holder. Saddles, comps I looked online, basically they go anywhere from 200 to 600-700 depending on the saddles and what they're made from and who made them. So even if they come out at 200 bucks a pop, that pretty much pays for the unit. Leaves me everything else. The other thing that I was looking at is this bike right here. Itself, like I said, it's a Schwinn. It's a really old Schwinn, so it's going to be like a classic antique Schwinn. I'd say probably from the 50s, 60s, but they're actually really hard to find. And I mean, it's got some patina and some other things, that we're going to have to basically do with it. But ultimately, in the condition that it sits right now, I'd probably put a price sticker of this of at least $300 or $400. If you do a little bit of work to it, update the tires, and do a clear coat over the patina or repaint it completely red, you're basically looking at a $600 to $800 bill. Next, we have this little chair. These types of chairs can be restored. From the actual image itself online, it looked like it was broken. So we'll have to see if we can basically restore that, or if we will basically just have to create a new bottom piece, overlay it, and restore that chair back. But ultimately, if we do clean it up and restore it, this will be a $20, $30 bill all day long. All right, next we've got some fishing poles. They're nothing to write home about, but these will get you at least $1 or $2 at the flea market all day, every day. All right, next. Looks like we have some horns. Not entirely sure, but I'm sure Glenn would like these. Little rack. And it seems like there's another one of these, so there's gonna be 2 of these. And again, they're mounted, so. All right, next, we got some kind of stand. It's made out of real wood. It's not like that cheap stuff they sell these days, but it is going to need a little bit of work. But Bill has been wanting to get into restoration of products, so he's been wanting some real wood items that he can basically work with, so we'll get him some of these. Next, magazine rack. It's actually pretty solid, pretty sturdy, made out of wood. Next, we got ourselves a compound bow. I looked up comps for this online. I couldn't really see. I mean, it is a graphite, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive of a bow. I couldn't read that on the pictures online. The only thing that I could see basically was the brand or the the model basically. So we'll see if you have an idea of what that's worth, drop a comment down below. All right, next. All right, we got a couple more pieces of art. We'll put this one down. First one. Lifting the North by Kenzilla. It's actually a pretty nice painting, and it's framed quite nicely. This is the next one. It's Windbird. It's numbered 644 of the Uttermost Company. So might be able to reach out to them and see more or less what was paid for the actual art. All right, next. This was another one that I was looking at when we were trying to look at the pictures online, and that's a pretty cool one. It's pretty neat. Next, I'm not sure what that is. It's pretty neat though. What do y'all think? Artist name is Unrateable. Getting Bling or something like that, but who knows? All right, we're gonna keep going. So we got some of the paintings. I couldn't tell what that one was, but there's a couple more here. This one here is pretty neat, 1979. Check that out, it's Bambi. And then on top of that, we have the matching ducks. Shall we call them the Mighty Ducks? I wanna see what this one is, because that looks like a real authentic old style. That's pretty neat, 1898. Check that out, 1898. And then we've got two that are personal pictures, which I'm not gonna show you. We have the Last Supper and some kind of dogs. Silver dollars everywhere. It's actually a good sign. It means that nobody's messed with this unit in a long time. All right, we also have a Lee Parkinson trumpet call. Let's see what that looks like. That's pretty neat. Trumpet call. What do you think? We have another frame picture that was broken. I like the art itself. That can go to either a fuel collector or an antiques collector, and that's definitely a cool pick. Check that out. And it's a, I can't read the name. In 750-941. What do y'all think? Let's see, because I haven't seen it yet. It's actually pretty nice. Here we've got a couple little pictures. Dog catching a duck. And their diplomas. So we've got two saddles. First saddle here. Let's see what it is. And there's a little bit of damage, but it's not very much. It's definitely fixable. But the first saddle here, you can tell it was used, and it was used hard by a real cowboy. But I mean, ultimately, even in this shape, they're about 300 bucks. All right, so we got one of the two saddles out. You saw the quality that it's in. It's actually pretty good quality. I'm gonna be estimated between 300 and 400 bucks for that particular one. Let's get the other one. It's got more of the items with it. This particular one, don't see a brand, but The easiest thing to do with these is to go to, oh, there's a buck, but I don't know if that's the guy's name. And then Genie. So this particular item here, this board here is broken, so we can pull this out, cut a long one, and then even though it's homemade, people will still pay $75 to $100 for these to be able to put their saddles to dry. So, you know, we'll definitely get that listed, fixed, and then listed. They just need to be cleaned up a little, but looks like maybe it holds a 22, and this one here looks like it holds anything like a 1911. I mean, it's got a big hole, so might be able to even put rifles and stuff if you wanted to, but clean this up, you can probably get at least a $50 note from each one. Definitely interesting. And then this, again, definitely interesting. What's this for? Any ideas? No ideas. We found the brand. What? Check that out. AAB? ABA? ABBA? Or is that Batman? Got ourselves a rocker. It's pretty sturdy. And that's the brand side of it. It's definitely interesting. There's a whole bunch of these. Looks like hunting books. Nothing major. All right, and here, this is probably another saddle holder. So, sell that too. Portable gas stove. Brand new in the box. Unused. Is that a grinder? Keystone. Yep, it's a grinder. Put it on the table. You can grind the food away. Oh yeah. Cast iron. Cracker Barrel. Lodge. The size of this thing. It has a price sticker of $60, but I've seen them online for a lot more than that. All right, so there you have it. Not that big of a load in the trailer, but some pretty cool items. The 2 saddles for sure. This cabinet here, we're gonna take it back and we're gonna see what Bill says. He might be able to restore it, make it really nice, and then turn it into an antique restoration. Probably get about $500–600 for it once it's all said and done, as long as it's in working condition. The saddle holder, even though it's homemade, they sell for $75 to $100. See what we can get out of that chair. The bicycle, I'm gonna put a $500 price tag as it sits and see if somebody picks it up. If they don't, then I'll look into restoring it and basically go from there. But I mean, overall, you know, pretty good take. This right here, I'm gonna have to basically go and see if I can get somebody to tell me exactly what it is. I'm not entirely sure what kind. And then in here, we've got all these records. So I'm gonna go through them, see what's salvageable, see what's not, and then basically go from there. But that's pretty much it. I mean, spent about $400 when it's all said and done. And you know, just in one saddle alone, or the bicycle alone, we'll get that money back. After that, we'll see what we can get off of it. There's a lot of artwork also that is actually pretty neat. There's this one here. You know, stuff like that. It usually tends to shock me. Most of the time I think it's a $20 bill and I end up finding they're $500-600. So we'll see what we find. But as always, make sure you click that subscribe button, you know, click the bell. I come out with videos all the time, so that'll let you know what's coming out when it comes out, so you'll be the first to watch it. But thanks for watching. See you soon.